Hello, hi, and welcome to this exciting episode of Fall in Love. In today's episode, we are going to talk all about love. So, nothing like hatred or anything, because this is exclusively for love. Well, at times we have to be very saintly in life, or rather, we should be people who are very saint like, who are very silent, who are very, calm enough to sit and listen to people. So those kind of people are very rare to be found these days, because everybody is in a hurry, everybody is in a hurry to move on in life. So probably you rarely find people who are very silent and calm. There is a reason if you find people around who are very silent and calm and good to hear to what you want to say, please grab those people, because they are very rare. Well, if you find a person who is very angry or breaking up with you every now and then, of course we can find a lot of people like that. One day they call, okay, I'm going to break up with you today, and the next day they just come back again. Another day they say, I'm going to break up with you again. So this is something which we commonly see. So if you ask me, like, should we go ahead with these kind of people, I would say you should always be silent when people just say dialogues like this, because it is just some sort of attention seeking, because they have this intuition in their mind that if such a dialogue is being passed on to you, then you will be like going behind that person asking, please don't go like that. There are people who have these kind of attitude. So I would say that if you find your loved one to always look at you and say, I'm going to break up with you today, I'm going to break up with you tomorrow, be silent for some time, maybe probably for a week, probably for a month. Just stay silent, because that makes a huge difference. And I have experiences around people, and I have asked them to be very silent, and this has really worked out. Now, being silent, maybe to an extent, these people will stop saying the same dialogue, or rather they'll get irritated and they'll break up with you for the entire life. So anything can happen in that. So it's always good to be silent. There are a lot of people in and around you who feel very immobilized for the fact that they have this fear that one point of time they will be lonely, or they have this fear of losing somebody, which I always keep telling you all, this so-called fear will affect you like drastically. So if you have this fear in your life, I would advise you to take a pen and paper, write down 3 things in that. One would be like, just jot down people who love you, jot down people who like you, and then jot down people from whom you can learn. So if you can categorize your circle, your friends or your dear ones in such a category, possibly there is a way that you can find, because when we put it in our mind, we become clueless as you get confused, love, like, learnings and a lot of things. So put it down on a paper and then think what you can learn from this person. Think why you love this person, why you like this person. And if you can jot it down on a paper, you can sometimes figure out a lot of things. So this is something not only in your relationships, it can be in your studies, it can be in your office work. Do write it down. That makes a difference. Sometimes we become the worst enemy. We are our own enemy at times. So if such situations do arrive, I would advise that you shouldn't have this feeling that everybody should love you or everybody should like you. We are not such godly people that everybody should love us, but keep this in fact that you are one individual. There might be a lot of people who will like you. There might be people who won't even dare to look at you. So if you take out this feeling that everybody should love me, I should be good, I should be a person that everybody should look up to, then keep that thought away from your mind. If you have that thought in your mind, every single thing or every single word another person tells you will hurt you. So stay away and keep such kind of thinkings away from your mind. Now there are a lot of questions that pop up, like how people can get out of their comfort zone, or rather the so-called fear which I was mentioning earlier. How do I get out of this? Well, just think like this. If you want to race with somebody, or if you want to have a car racing, you wouldn't take a Formula 1 and take a race ahead, right? You would rather go to a driving school, drive, get to learn how to use the gear or the steering, and then slowly you start racing, right? So this is the same thing that you can apply in your life. when you want to go ahead or you want to reach a point where you think I want to be, do not rush yourself there. Rather than take all the single steps that comes, way forward, and that will take you way ahead. So this is not a very fast process. So it's a very slow process. You should be having that patience, which I was mentioning in the initial stage. Well, you should have patience. You should be silent. You should be calm enough to make your mind in such a position that you can reach there. Advice, wisdom, insight, 3 very beautiful things in life, right? So if in your life you feel that somebody has left you, or you are feeling very empty, I would advise you to think in this way that there are a lot of people who just leaves you. Maybe it's a breakup or by death, or rather like they don't want to stay with you. So anything that keeps you in such a position, think about the good times that you had with that person. Think about what good things you have learned from that person, and think about what the other person would have done if you were in such a situation. So these things like wisdom and all those things, that adds on to a character of a person, that if you feel these things can be inculcated from the other person, then that feeling of loneliness or feeling of fear will definitely go away from your mind. So keep this in mind and try to bring out those wisdom in you if you have. Celebrate the greatness of people who are around you, rather than always thinking about the negative things that they have done to you. That is not advisable. Always think what great things that they have done to you, what great gifts they have given you, what great knowledge they have imparted in you. Then you can be a better person in life. With that note, we are going to wind up today's episode of Fall in Love. We'll be coming back with yet another new episode. Till we meet again, it's Cynthia signing off.